Okay, so in today's video, I am going to be breaking down Bronny James and some of the things that concerns me in his game so that hopefully he improves it, and hopefully that if you're making the same mistake as a player, you can improve it as well. So let's get down and let's check out Bronny James and how he did in his first game. Okay, so the first thing that really does concern me is his defensive awareness when it comes to being off ball. His man is over here, Bronny is over here. He has no idea what his man is doing at this point in time. He is playing way too high and way too angled towards this guy. He is way too concerned about what this guy is doing. He doesn't have an open lane to the basket. This guy's front facing. First off, this guy needs to cut back door. Second of all, this guy needs to cut back door. Those are the first things that need to happen. If I was this guy and my defender was not paying attention to me, I am cutting back door right away. I am cutting baseline. I am getting right here. Because what will happen is if I get here and we go a couple of frames later, guess what? Bronny is starting to move out this way, thinking that I'm still here. If I was here, this would have been a quick bounce pass through. It could have been a layup. It could have been a kick out for a three. It could have been a lot of things because Bronny James was not paying attention to his man. However, this guy was not paying attention to what his man or his defender was doing, and this allowed Bronny James to recover quite well, have his hands up in the passing lanes, which then allowed him to get that steal, which then later on turned into a basket. Right here, we can see right here, it turns right into a basket. The next thing that concerns me is when he's coming off of this dribble handoff right here. This needs to be an attack on the rim. 100% his guy's trailing him. However, the thing that worries me is how long of footsteps that he's taking. Because when he is attacking the rim right here, these are very small steps. He is currently taking steps that are this big, when in reality, he needs to be stretching them double that distance. If he was to stretch them double the distance, because from here to here, it took 6 steps. 6 steps to be able to travel about 30 feet. This needs to be cut down to 4 steps or even less. His first step could have been here, second step here, third step here. If he could even cut this down to 3 steps, he would be in a much better situation. But he took way too many small steps, as we can see right here. And while he still made his first NBA basket by cutting down the number of steps that he takes from 6 down to 4 and maybe even down to 3, he would have been able to attack this basket much faster, and he needs to be able to take those types of steps in the NBA. The next thing that really does concern me is this, what I see right here. And this is not even a Bronny problem. It's sort of a Bronny problem, but it's more of a teammate problem. And what I mean by that is going down into this offensive set right here. This teammate, I'm not too sure if it's court vision. I'm not too sure if it's maybe he doesn't like Bronny. I don't know if it's just he didn't see him. Who knows? Maybe he wants to be an attack, score first type of player so that he has a chance of making the NBA. Who knows? However, this should have been a pass right there. This should have been a really hard kick-out pass to Bronny James for a wide open 3-point shot. However, what happens is he holds the ball, he gets the ball into the paint, collapses 3 guys on him, which then allows a recovery player to cover Bronny James, so that now this kick-out pass, while it gets to Bronny, that 3 is now covered by that defender. If that pass happened from up here, Bronny would have had an open 3. But instead, Bronny has to quickly pass it up and essentially saves this guy from getting benched, in my opinion. If I was the coach, if Bronny James didn't save it, it would have been a bench right away. Because what happens next is that quick swing gets players recovering way too hard out to the perimeter, which then allowed Bronny's teammates to be able to attack the rim, and that was fantastic court vision right there. Because closing out defender to the left side of this player means you should attack right. He actually closed the gap on those 2 players, and he spun off because he's seen this defender here covering the gap. So fantastic play right there. However, Bronny needs to be able to lift faster. He needs to get distance between his man and himself faster. If he was to lift faster, this might have been a kick-out pass for a 3. However, instead, his teammates still did make that floater, so good job. Now, sometimes players will take too many dribbles when they're nervous. I'm not too sure if it was because Bronny James was nervous right here. However, what I did notice is he should have been set. Knowing that this was a lift, this should be a 3-point shot right away, and he was not ready to shoot. He was ready to drive, or pass. And whenever you're lifting like this, you've created the gap between yourself and your defender. At this point, he should have been hopping, getting his feet set, and going straight up for that shot. He doesn't do that. Jab, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles. Now, he's allowed his defender to get closer. This is much closer than where his defender was before. That's why when you lift corner to wing, you need to be ready to shoot that shot as fast as possible, not drive to the rim as Bronny does here. Even though Bronny scores, so good job to Bronny, but it would have been a lot better if he shot the 3 from here. So this is my take on Bronny James. This is not a hater video. This is just a quick, easy video on what he needs to be able to correct. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball from further away, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. I'll see you guys again in my next video.